well this week?
It's
Bringing it down?
yeah, I've always enjoyed this year. It's been kind of an interesting crossover with playing the NFC North and them playing us, because you get to watch a lot of similar games and you get to watch them play a bunch, and it's been nice because watching those games I get to kind of keep up with everything they're doing and see how much is similar and how much they've changed and things like that in their scheme. So that's what I've always looked forward to this year, is watching the Packers offense play the team we're playing against, just because I have a pretty good understanding of what they're running and how they're blocking everything. So it's been nice to watch on film and scout that way. But then obviously it's nice with knowing things for when we play them as well, has also been a nice thing as well.
Have you been asked to offer any insight? Have you offered it?
I just answer questions when I get them, but it's whenever someone wants to know something, I'll tell them if I know.
Hey, Sashi Brown signed you in the offseason. So what's your reaction to what happened here today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we heard the news, but my job's to do what I can to win football games. So I don't get too caught up into thinking about that. Those decisions are well above my level and my grade. So I'm going to go out there and do what I can to win football games.
The owner also announced that Hugh will be back for next season. I imagine that had to kind of be meaningful to you. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it's always good to know kind of what the plan is and how things are going to work out, ahead of time. So, again, all that stuff, as players, we got to focus on going out and winning on Sundays. So all that stuff, I think you kind of just need to block out and let the guys who work on that stuff handle that, and you go out there and do what you can to win.
Is there a sense of relief, though, that you don't have to worry about, coaching staff getting blown up and new system coming in and you just got here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's nice to stay in a similar system for as long as possible. Changing playbook after playbook is always a little rough on the players.
How much, I mean, the coaching staff affects you day to day. How much does the front office actually affect you, aside from when it's time to negotiate a contract or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you talk to the guys upstairs. You see them in the lunchroom and in the hallways and things like that. But obviously you don't have as many interactions in a day as you do with the coaching staff. Coaching staff, you're in there with meetings and you're talking about the scheme, and your conversations are meaningful, and that the things you come up with and talk about are going to translate directly into Sundays and playing. So it's just kind of a different relationship and things like that.
Did you ever play with Brett Hundley? Only Aaron?
In the preseason, we played with Brett at under center, but I mean, he was there with me for a few years.
I mean, what can you kind of tell the defense about him, and how much did you learn about him in the time he spent?
Athletic guy, willing to run, willing to put his body out there and stretch for that extra yard, and I think he's a solid leader and a solid player.
Some guys say that facing a former team gives them a little extra fire, motivation, whatever. Where do you stand on that?
Well, if you get a little extra motivation, that means you weren't fully motivated for all the other games you played in. So I try to say that my motivation's kind of stayed at its highest 100% level, and that I can't really get any more motivated to play in a game. So obviously I'm excited to see the guys, and you build great relationships with them for 4 years. So I'll be excited to see them pregame and postgame, but it's just another game out there, and playing whoever you are, you're motivated to win. That's what you want to do out there.
Has their defense changed at all in the last year?
They do different things to change up. Obviously, they play a lot more, dime with Morgan, down in the box and playing as like a linebacker. So that stuff changes, but Dom's done that all throughout the years, is kind of bringing in a new type of package and really working that in training camp. So that's something kind of new and unique, but it's all stuff you've seen from other teams and things like that before. So just get used to it, watch it on film, you'll be ready to go.
What makes Clay so good?
I think physically, the way he can bend and move, and I think when you watch him, his ability to diagnose and read information is very fast for a player. Seeing something and being able to just see his body react to it and understand how fast he processes things like that is also really impressive.
Being a veteran, do you say anything to these younger guys who are going through a change like this in the front office, that many of them never experienced anything like that?
Well, I haven't experienced it either, so I wouldn't be the best guy to be passing out advice. So again, if anybody asked, my advice would be, your job is to go out there and win football games. So you can't really control anything like that. So do what you can control, and that's studying your playbook and be ready to play on Sundays.
JC, there's only 4 games left of the season. Right to be this 1 is there
growing sense of pressure that the runway's getting smaller as far as having that opportunity to at least get that one win and avoid 0-16?
Yeah, I mean, I think we go out there trying to win every game. So, we don't go in thinking like we got to win 1 out of these next 4. We're trying to win 4 out of these next 4. So I don't think we look at it and have that mentality of we got to get 1 of these to go our way. We want all these to go our way. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing and keep building on the things we've been building on, and we're going to try to play a complete game.
Was it cold out there compared to Green Bay?
A little warmer. So,
Hey, you can answer better than anybody. Just, can you even put into words the difference of Green Bay is without having Aaron under center?
yeah, I mean, I think Aaron, I think his ability, obviously any player, but especially Aaron understands so much and has seen so much in his career. His ability to diagnose the defense, you can't really replace it. So I think obviously their scheme has to change a little bit just because, any quarterback stepping in there doesn't have as much free reign to make adjustments and make switches in the calls because Aaron's seen it all and knows exactly what he wants to get to. And, similar to Clay, one of the smartest players I've ever been around where he can see a look months ago, come back and see it again and hit it right in the head. So, obviously when you go from a, future Hall of Famer to an up-and-coming quarterback, there's going to be a change that needs to be made. But obviously, they've kind of found their rhythm now in the last couple games, so obviously they're finding what they need to do.
JC, the Packers have kind of introduced this 4 linebacker front. Did they do that when you were there?
Yep.
And what problems, if any, does that cause?
Yeah, just a lot of different rushers, a lot of different, rushing against linebackers, rushing against you, I should say. Little different patterns in how they move and what type of twist they run, things like that. So, that stuff, our defense does a lot of that too. They have looks like that we went against in camp. So it's been out there and we've gone against it, but it's just about kind of dialing in and knowing what they like to get to when they're in that 4 linebacker set, because their twists are different and the things they like doing in those personnel groups is different than their base personnel group.
So teams just hand off in that situation?
Well, you could, but usually they get to that when it's 3rd and long, and you can, but it's going to be tough to get 12 or however many yards you need to get to on 3rd and long. So they're smart about when they put it on the field. They're not going to put it on in 2nd and 1. It just be good. All right.